Thank you for coming back. Thank you for watching. Once again, we have a slam pack episode for you. And you're here on the Who Asked Y'all 2 podcast. Remember to like, comment, subscribe, enjoy the video.
All right, so last topic of the night.
Last topic is Drake and Kendrick. So, Chris, I'll let you proceed again with Drake and Kendrick. I know the last time we talked about it, we talked about Kendrick dropped the Like That. That was the last thing we talked about, and we covered it. So now, what's happened so
Yeah,
far? What's
we
happened?
talked about J. Cole tapping out.
Happened out?
We gotten a lot since then, man. It's kind of crazy because not much time has passed, and we've gotten so much in such a short amount of time. So, I think literally, probably almost right after we recorded the last time, um, the way I recall it was Drake replied to Like That with Push Ups. So Drake replied to Like That with Push Ups.
Yeah.
Push Ups was a dope record. And it kind of set things in motion. Like that set things in motion, but Push Ups really let us know that we was ready for we was going to see a back and forth as far as we knew. Even if it stopped there, that's a back and forth. But,
Right.
After Push Ups, we get Tailor Made Freestyle, another record from Drake. So Drake comes right back from Push Ups to Tailor Made Freestyle featuring AI. Excuse me. AI verses from Tupac, the late great Tupac, and Snoop Dogg, obviously two West Coast legends. Basically voiceovers of Drake rapping as the two of them talking to Kendrick as far as strategy and how to proceed. But basically Drake put out a record with Tupac and Snoop on it. Don't need to get too deep into the content of the record. It was a dope record. I liked it. It was actually pretty cool for the time that it came out. A couple days go by, Kendrick Lamar comes back with Euphoria, 6-minute record. Most of it going at Drake. The entire record mainly focusing on Drake. A lot of disses in there as far as Drake not writing his raps. Drake questioning Drake's blackness. Damn, I know I'm forgetting more. But just responding to Drake's two records, and then if I'm remembering correctly, because I'm telling you, it was a lot back and forth, a lot to try to remember. And so after Euphoria, I'm pretty sure Drake responds with Family Matters.
Right.
Drake responds with Family Matters, responding to Euphoria. And it was again another dope record. Like it's kind of hard to like complain with either record, with any of these records that came out during this entire beef or this entire back and forth. I thought both rappers was putting out dope records. Just certain records was hitting a little bit harder for whatever reason. So Drake puts out Family Matters, it's a 7-minute record. Along the same lines as Push Ups, as far as coming for Kendrick, also coming for some of these other dudes that have been coming for him. The Weeknd, ASAP Rocky, Future a little bit, just getting at everybody. Kendrick Lamar responds immediately. I believe within the next hour, Kendrick puts out a record called Meet the Grams. The biggest, I guess, headlines from Meet the Grams and the release of this was, number one, the cover art. The cover art had a picture of a shirt with a pair of Maybach gloves, a couple prescription bottles, and a prescription from a pharmacy with Drake's name on it for Ozempic.
Wow.
Do you know what Ozempic is?
Yeah, it's the weight loss drug.
I wasn't familiar with what Ozempic was until all of this. So cover art has the prescription with Drake's name on it for Ozempic. Uh, it's kind of crazy. A little bit. It was a little bit. I guess shocking to say the least. Damn, I forgot one too. Between all of this, Kendrick also put out 616 in LA.
Hmm.
That was a record that he put out on Instagram at first. Which, yo, I'm not even going to sit up here and try and pretend to remember all the correlations and all the deep dives into what all the meanings for 616 was in retrospect. If you've been on the internet for the past week, you've seen all the freaking double and triple quadruple entendres that meanings behind what 616 was and why it was an important reference, why it was dope that the record was put out at 616. Like it was a lot there. Like I don't I don't know if this makes me corny, a nerdy rap dude, but for me, I found that dope that he put that much thought and calculation into it, and still um pretty much dissecting Drake. And again, now we're back at, like I said, Family Matters coming out. Kendrick stepping on that immediately with Meet the Grams with the Ozempic shit. Um and then following that up immediately with the Not Like Us record. Um Pretty much a pretty up tempo song, West Coast bop. Um a lot of quotables and lines from there that'll probably live on for a little while. And that was followed up finally by Drake with The Heart Part 6,
Hmm.
um, which was a response to everything from Meet the Grams, everything from Not Like Us. Um, it sounded like the conclusion of this whole thing. I don't see where we would get another record from either of the two of them in the near future that's directly aimed at the other one. Unless somebody has a project or something coming out, then maybe you see another shot or two here or there. But um, aside from that, like I think this is what we're going to get. I think that this has probably been like on a mainstream level, on a worldwide known level. I think this was probably one of the most entertaining back and forths that we've gotten to see. I think, like I said, I don't think there's been a bad song put out by either artist, and I know I didn't like dissect every single record right here, right now, but like the records have been out for a week now. Like 9 times out of 10, if you're watching this, you've heard the songs.
Yep.
Um, but have you heard the songs, right?
A few of them, a couple of them, not all of them, but a couple of them.
Okay. Did you have any thoughts on where we at today? Because
So I
I
think,
mean, we pretty much, I think, 8 songs in.
yeah, I think like from what I've seen, from what I've heard, I think the last one Kendrick put out was Meet the Grams, right? Or
The
was it? Or
last,
was it 616?
so the last one that Kendrick put out was Not Like Us.
Not like us. So I think with that one, because I mean this is back and forth. Usually with beef, it's usually 2, 3 songs and then it's done. Now this is
Yeah.
8 songs in. I mean, if Kendrick doesn't respond, then is Drake the winner? Do you consider Drake the winner? Like that?
So the way of the this is the way it's playing out. Like the last song that Kendrick put out is Not Like Us, right?
Mm-hmm.
Not Like Us is projected to be the number one song in the country.
Mm-hmm.
So if if the last song that I put out, you're gonna have to hear nonstop now, and you're gonna have people in clubs screaming "OV ho, OV ho." Like I wish I wish I could play the song without us,
Yeah,
getting
that's
struck
straight. That's
down.
straight immediately.
But y'all y'all know what I'm talking about, and you gotta listen to the song, because if you listen to the song, you will understand why I'm saying what I'm saying. That like
Right.
it is no need for Kendrick to respond at this point, unless it's just like I said, unless he got a project coming out and he want to roll something out with the project. But at this point, I think it'd be overkill. Like I think I think the 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 win is with Kendrick. Like
Yeah.
and to like I don't. Yeah, to me, the win is with Kendrick. Unfortunately for Drake fans, and the crazy part is I'm not even a Kendrick fan. Like I don't. I listen to more Drake than Kendrick, if anything. But I think with how calculated, like I said, how calculated it seemed like he was throughout this entire back and forth. How prepared he showed himself to be, and how aggressive he probably showed himself to be. Um I think that the records that he put out, the manner in which he put them out, the timeliness in which he put them out, taking nothing away from Drake's timeliness, because Drake responded and Drake was ready to go as well. So I just think that Drake was it seemed a little less calculated than usual.
Yeah. Yeah. And I think I kind of agree with you. I think with K Dot, I think he was very meticulous with how he moved and how he wanted things to go. And I was gonna ask you, did you hear about, like, there was like a drive by or something like that outside of Drake's crib? Did you hear
Yeah, I
about
did. Yeah, I heard about it.
it? So I don't think that has anything to do with their beef. I think that's just kind of a coincidence that happened, because why Kendrick doesn't have any. It's not a win-win for him. Why would he, like, he's not that type of guy. Like, he's from LA, but he's not a gang member. He's not gonna send no people to go shoot up your crib. It's not even that serious.
Nah, it's just music at the end of the day. It don't.
Yeah,
I highly doubt that got anything to do with anything that any song that's been put out,
that's what
or
I'm saying.
any rap beef, like, at all.
That's what I'm saying. I don't even. Yeah, like, that's not even like I was hearing that on all this into the Joe Rogan podcast. I'm like, what's Joe Rogan doing talking about Kendrick Lamar and Drake beef, getting all the facts wrong? And I'm thinking in my head, I'm like, ain't no way this situation correlates to that situation. I think it's two separate incidents. I think it's somebody that probably listened to the song or whatever and took it upon themselves. I guarantee you that Kendrick did not have anything to do with sending somebody to do any of that. That's just doesn't even make sense. That's not even in his character. If you listen to his music, he's never been that type of dude ever.
Nah, I triple down on that without even knowing him as a person. I just
Yeah.
don't think that it's that serious.
No.
They Kendrick is a California native. Drake lives in Toronto, Canada. Like, not to say that no, he may not know people in Canada, but I don't think it's that deep to where you placing a call to Canada for
Nope.
that. Like,
Nope.
it's just not that deep.
All right.
But nonetheless, it's highly entertaining. Like I said, great for us, the fans.
Mhm.
I think great for Kendrick Lamar's trajectory as far as mainstream wise. I think unfortunately the only person that loses out is Drake.
Yeah. Well, look, Drake still doesn't. I don't think Drake loses. I think Drake is Drake. He's not gonna lose anything. I think what comes down to it is he loses
Perception wise, maybe.
perception. He loses, but he doesn't lose any value. If he can drop an album next week, he'll drop an album next week. He'll still sell. It'll probably be number one. It doesn't really. But I like what you said with Kendrick's the last one, Like Us. That's number one. If Kendrick follows up with an album, because it has so much traction, bro, that thing will sell so much. He's about due for a new album. It's about time.
I'm sure it's one coming. I'll be surprised if it
And
wasn't.
So I mean, I don't know either artist. I think they would take advantage of this opportunity. Now, what they do with it, I don't know. But I can see, I can see Kendrick announcing a tour. I can see him doing that or dropping an album, dropping an EP, whatever it may be. I can see either artist doing either one of those things. And then it's gonna sell like hotcakes. And I think with Drake, like, there's only a certain amount of things you can kind of call Drake out for. I think everything's already been said about him. Like, yeah, he's half black, half white. Yeah, his son is, whatever his son is. Yeah, he has a ghostwriter. Everybody's known about that for long. So it's like you can't really say more than what they need to be said unless you got new shit. And I think Kendrick capitalized it because he had new shit to say about him. It wasn't the same old, same old.
Yeah, I mean, he said some stuff that's already been said, but
Yeah.
that pedophile shit just hit a little bit different.
That's gonna, and I love it because I don't love that like that, but I love because we're in the age of social media now. So if something is said on a rap, people are gonna go and scour the internet, scour pictures, scour this, and bring it up, and it's like, oh snap, there's evidence.
Yeah.
He's doing a concert, and he bringing up a 17-year-old girl. Oh my god. Every concert, it's like 4 concerts now. We see he's bringing up like 17, 18-year-old girls. Oh my god, I don't see him bringing up a 30-year-old. So it kind of creates the dialogue, and it lets people be their own sleuths and kind of see like, oh shit, what Kendrick said, is it correct? So I like that aspect of it. Now, if Drake is into that type of stuff, I hope he faces punishment for it. You know what I mean? Because he's still part of that Hollywood music industry type of lifestyle, and this is all allegedly, but it is what it is.
But yeah, nah, I mean that's all I got for it. Did you have anything else on it?
No, that's it, bro. That was a good take on that.
Where I mean,